Well, what's going on, fellow zombies? We're sleep deprived, emotionally screwed up. I mean, after the kind of months that's starting out right now as it is, the new year, losing the old, literally, one way or another, and then becoming homeless and displaced, and then blaming because there's nothing else for anybody else to do but to find blame and make themselves feel better, while the rest of us, a lot of people in the city of Los Angeles and part of the county, are feeling, yeah, they got screwed by nature and probably they don't know who or what to go after. But other people are trying to. They're trying to make their bones. They're trying to tell other people, yeah, they are important because of this and because of that. And oh my God, they're crazy as well. I've been trying to go over some information online, trying to do some research regarding the city LLA budget in 2023 to 2024. And yeah, I guess people have forgotten that in the city of Los Angeles, we had a crime wave going on and we needed more resources, which meant we need more manpower and equipment. But in order to do that, we have to adjust budgets. And what did the city do? What do cities do in order to get funding for more in one area and less in another? They have to adjust the budget. And it sucks. It sucks. Whatever they need is the city has to survive. So the city has to draw funds somewhere. And it sucks because this is what happens when you're in a city. You have to draw something over here to reinforce. Let me put this into a gamer point of view, or in science fiction point of view, or in some kind of point of view. You have budget coming in, you have revenue. Now, let's more into kind of basics. Whatever kind of format you can think about at this point. So I'm going to throw a lot of stuff out. And let's just say that you have maintaining power, water, life support. Things happen that you have to adjust. You have to micromanage on some occasions, and if you can't do it, let me put it into a gamer point of view. I mean, there are so many variables I can try to produce or try to make you understand. The city in space, dealing with things happening on it all the time. And the city's shields have to be maintained on a constant basis. You're drawing a hell of a lot of power from almost a non-renewable or almost reusable power source. But you are draining and you are forcing more and more usage out of it. I don't know. I mean, there's my head right now is going through so many examples. It's like, how do I explain this to someone who's a non-gamer? I mean, if they are gamers, they probably would get it. You have a ship. You got to maintain a ship's shield. You got to maintain its functionality. Its crew's got to do everything else it can, but it's got to draw resources to maintain it, and you're draining it. You only got a certain amount of finite to control things in a ship to keep it alive and keep it sane. But if I happen to do it in an accounting picture at this point, I know sometimes the numbers suck, and they do, but let's throw it out there anyway for them. You've only got so much money coming in each year, so much revenue coming in each year. So you have portions to deal with normal or maybe emergency situations. We did not foresee in the city of Los Angeles catastrophic, which would affect a lot of resources at the same time. We did not think of this. We did not see this. It's like COVID knocking on again and saying, "Hi, guy, remember me?" We dealt with little instances of you. Yeah, but I got a major party coming in. How about that one? We're just going to tear apart half your city. How about that? It's a lousy joke. But how many resources did we have to do, and how many resources did we have to lose, and people to combat to fight off the COVID one way or another to prevent spreading of the bastard. And how many businesses haven't come back yet or at all? We had a major fire coming in here, turning into Godzilla, breathing fire and hell down Palisades, and not to mention Eaton, maybe a bit of Hearst, and maybe other areas of Southern California. Maybe there were human mistakes in there. But there was no way, with the failure of imagination we had, under knew what kind of conditions we were going to be about to receive when the Santa Anas knocked in and say, "Hi guys, can I cut some fire for you guys, please? I feel kind of hungry. I want to tear apart people's lives and homes and landscape. I just want to breathe a little fire. I'm just going to walk right over here. Oh, look in the neighborhood here. Palisades, Altadena, Sylmar, yum yum. Oh, a little bit of flavoring for Hidden Valley. Let's tear apart that place." We're lucky that in Hidden Valley in the West End, West Hills, it didn't take any tragedy, but outlying areas and scrub and stuff. But the initial, there was no way city services were going to be able to prepare for an onslaught. There was a failure of imagination because we didn't think of it. We didn't have the experience. We couldn't think outside the box that we were normally living in. And I get pissy about it every time the politicians and the naysayers who hadn't been through tragedy of this nature, or worse than that, they'd gone through their own bit of fire, but not much, but tornado activity, more of, and then hurricanes tearing apart their states. Of course, they say, "Please help us, we want money." And then they look at California and say, "Well, you're not the right kind of people over here, so God doesn't like you, and neither do I, so I'm not going to help you. But our state's been hit. We want the money." You were given the money, you were getting life support, and then you bitch more about it. So this is what I'm hearing, this is what I'm seeing, this is the reactions I'm hearing from the legacy media, maybe, and for the independent media people out there who are constantly talking about this. And some of them actually have lost homes. So they have a personal stake in all of this. Despite the fact that I know that there was a conspiracy theory out there, and I wasn't quite sure I was going to chase this thing down. I was just going to chase this news down. I wanted to make sure if this damn thing was legitimate or not. And I can't decide whether or not if it's legitimate or not. Because I don't have the actual facts with me. All I have is the additions left and right from people's commentaries and some of the stuff. And yes, there are different stations out there who had indicated about Los Angeles cutting back into budget. So I was trying to make a very, very lousy point of it. 23, 24, we actually had crime rates going up the roof in the city and county and neighboring areas. We needed budget support to back the blue, theoretically. Maybe it helped, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But we didn't know at the time that we were going to be coming into Carmageddon. We didn't know Godzilla was going to be coming through the door and saying, hell, give me a second. Shut up. Get out of this damn thing. We didn't know that Godzilla was coming in and torching places. We knew it about the Santa Anas, but we didn't realize how powerful they were coming. We charted it. We estimated it. We couldn't measure it until it started kicking in, and then kicked in harder. Every time meteorologists are looking at charts, they're looking at maps, they're looking at graphs, they're looking at numbers, trying to make an educated guess. But until we actually get that damn force coming in at that second, there's no way for us to realize this until it hits. And then all hell breaks loose. Much like hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean and in the Caribbean, or the typhoons blowing in the Pacific from the south heading up to the north. We can chart with accurate data because we can fly planes and look at buoys giving us information. We can monitor the air pressure. We can monitor this pressure gradient coming in and maybe building up enough force to blow, because we're getting that kind of real information at that point. But when it came down for our fires out in Los Angeles, we didn't know. We didn't estimate it that bad. We thought, because in our limited experience in California weather, what the winds were like, we seriously didn't think of it. That if global climate was changing that bad and forcing the Santa Anas to kick in that hard, yeah, it scared our Edison guys because they didn't want to see another fire going on sparked by down lines. But even if there was arcing and sparking going through the lines, we didn't estimate the wind that bad. We should have. We screwed up on that one. We paid price. Heavy. But now we got political people saying, well, it's leadership. We got special things to control the weather. Oh, give me a fucking break with your goddamn bullshit. And that's all it is fucking bullshit. I try to limit the language as much as I can. But I got a lot of ire and disgust for those people back east who don't know their ass with a fucking rock. They dealt with their own shit and they get money, but we're dealing with our shit out here in the West Coast. But because we're not Trumplicans, we're going to get fucking screwed. And you're putting it out there for people to understand. You know, we're getting more sympathy from foreign countries because of California's situation. We had super scoopers coming from Canada. We have Mexico sending in fire departments into California. We got Japan wiring money into California. Where's the billionaires in our state? Where's the billionaires in our country? Crickets. Crickets. Other states whine and grind. They grind it out on the steps of their hallowed halls of government, so-called government service. They make the conspiracies just to make themselves feel better and to make their constituents feel better. How about if I propose this, that if we happen to hear from those same people, those same deniers, we turn no cheek. We say, you suffer. That means if Georgia gets hit by another major hurricane, bite me. If Florida happens to get flooded out, I'm sorry, who are you again? If Louisiana happens to get something of a biological nature, how about we just say no CDC for you, no medications for you, you just die. So does Mississippi. Anywhere that anybody keeps saying this, that they're not willing to help out another state because of political affiliations, how about we just deny them? Let's make it a constitution. Let's make it a constitutional amendment. Let's propose this in constitutional conventions in each state. From Hawaii, who got their ass kicked, who royally got their ass kicked out there. Are we helping them enough? I don't think so. We need to stop the helping right there. Alaska. They're having more issues with global climate change. How about we say, screw you guys. You're now either Russia or Canada's problem. You're no longer our state's problem. How about that one? We don't do with you at all. That means the cruising industry can dry you up. That means we can tell the cruising industry, stop going to them. Just stop operations in the West Coast. How about that one? Sure, they got enough action in the Caribbean Oceans. going over to those islands all the fucking time. And Mexico. I don't know about that. You think the Mexican government can deal with another um, gang war shooting that'll prevent us from going over there and having fun? Our money stops at Mexico's borders, even in the sea borders. We're not going to deal with them anymore. That's an insult to them, isn't it? But that's a foreign ally and country, next door neighbor, trading partner. We can just say, flip the finger off them because we, the United States Congress, the idiots who voted us into office and continue to support us, don't support anybody else but our own stupidity and our insanity at this point. So next time we get a Caribbean hurricane coming through and anything happens to the United States territory, we're going to say to the territorial islands, you're on your own. You're on your own. Mike Johnson wants to kiss ass like crazy in Congress. And every damn Trumplicant in there. They're no longer GOP, they're Trumplicants. Let's see, can we pick on Johnson's state here? Mike Johnson? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see what. Oh, yeah, he's Louisiana. Hey, screw Louisiana. You guys get in any kind of flooding situations, we're not going to help you out much. How about that one? New Orleans, that's part of okay. New Orleans can suck them. They can drown, and I don't care. How about that one? Gets even worse. Gets even worse with my own damn mouth. But hell, the world doesn't listen to my mouth. They listen to these other mouths who keep voting them in. As I said before in my other videos, I blame the voters. Because they are too stupid to know anything. They keep listening to these gas bags all the fucking time. They think they're going to help them out. Oh, they'll be screaming to the federal government for money. But California keeps producing some of that money over there when we actually have industry to do so. And when we do, you guys take it and greedily accept it. But what is your fucking states actually said something against the morons you keep voting in concerning about national disasters, including the one we're having out here, that we have the international community helping us out? Gee, did the international community help out Louisiana when they when they lost New Orleans? Anybody remember Katrina? I don't know. Was there a Hurricane Katrina? I don't recall. History is fuzzy. I don't think we ever had that. No, we never had Katrina hurricane. New Orleans was just taking the money and spending it foolishly like they usually do. Tallahassee, let me see. They've had minor thunderstorms. They're just taking federal money to spend with it. They didn't have any damage. They didn't have any death. Neither did Georgia. Neither did the Carolinas. Or anybody else on the East Coast. How's that grab you? Oh, there's no frost weather, by the way. There's no frozen tundra in the East Coast. It's all sunny skies right now. Why? Because the voters voted it in, and they had to listen to those people who keep telling this shit. So therefore, they don't get any federal money out of my pocket. I can tell them to go fuck themselves. Because the people, and I blame the people, because they voted in the morons, because they are morons. You wanted it, you got it. You wanted the chaos and confusion? Guess what, boys and girls? You got manipulated into a civil war. Congratulations. And does that piss you off? Oh, I hope so. I really hope it pisses you off. Because the next time there's going to be a natural disaster in your place, I'm not paying for it. I'm not shelling out my money to you. Because you couldn't help out your fucking neighbors left and right. If you call yourselves, and here it is, I'm going to open up the Pandora's box on this one. If you ever called yourselves Christians, go burn in hell. I forgive you. Go burn in hell anyway. Because you've allowed everything that religion, that faith, had tried to tell you about helping out your neighbors, but you wouldn't. And you wouldn't defend those neighbors. You wouldn't defend him in any way, shape, or form. So guess what? I forgive you. I just don't have to like you or support your ass. Fuck yourselves.